Yo, what's up? Good morning, traders. I hope all of you are well. I apologize yesterday I didn't get this video uploaded. I'm gonna get it done for you now. Um, Anyways, pretty much this video we're just gonna go over Sunday's predictions, what I was looking at in the markets, how they played out in my favor, played out against us, and why. Okay. Um, so let me go ahead and just bring this up. Let me share my screen. Boom. All right, cool. So if you're in my chat, I appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much for joining the chat. I am for sure gonna throw out a lot of knowledge out there, um, especially based off of my strategy. I have a pretty simple strategy. It's pretty much surrounded around EMAs. Um, Honestly, they're fucking cake, and this shit is perfect. I apologize if my puppies make a little bit of noise in the background. Anyways, so for the first one that I wanted to go over, AUD USD, this was kind of how the daily was looking. It was real iffy for me, but however, it was in this uptrending channel and it was creating like higher lows, higher highs, higher low, long term, you know what I mean? So I thought it was gonna push. Now, price pulled back and it was retesting my like my support. If you notice right here, there was this resistance where they wicked into it, couldn't break, but finally broke, came back to retest as support, tried to take off, retested one more time, tried to take off, but failed, came back down, re-broke, and it's just been tested, broke a lot of times, you know what I mean? So it broke and it was retesting, okay? It was retesting it as support, and also the price pulled back to my EMAs, which was my 8 and 20. My 8 is a blue and my 20 is a red. Pretty much I like to see this. The reason why is because whenever I get an EMA bounce and they hold, that's perfect for me. I like to go to the smaller time frames and I like to take advantage of the break of market structure to the direction the EMAs are holding. So if blue is holding red, I'm going to be looking for buys, and if red is holding over blue, I'm going to be looking for sells. Okay, so in this case, I was looking for buys right off the bat. Now on our 4 hour, we looked at it. And our bias, I use this indicator called bias. You can look it up under indicators. It's fucking perfect, you guys. I love this indicator so much. It gives me a lot of confidence. Okay, whenever bias is over my zero value, I'm looking strictly for bias. If it bounces off of the zero value, that's usually a higher low bounce. Okay, and then right here also the MACD. So MACD divergence, if you don't know what divergence is pretty much whenever markets move in patterns, right? They move high, higher low, higher high, higher low. That's an uptrend. In a downtrend, it'd be low, lower high, lower low, lower high. I'll kind of do that. Like I'll maybe I'll make a video on that. I don't know. But anyways, pretty much it comes down, it bounces off of a higher low. But right here, if you notice, this was like a lower low in a way. It kind of made a double bottom, but this double bottom was a little slightly lower than this one, right? If you look down here, this low on the MACD made a higher low than this low, right? Because this low was higher. I even drew a trend line on it. So you can see that this trend line was going up and this trend line was going down. That's called divergence. And that's a good signal whenever you're actually looking for a good position like this. So those were a little bit more confluences that I had. And price also created a higher low from the break and retest, respected support, 50% fib level, and 20 EMAs were about to cross. So right here, you'll notice that the 8 was crossing over the 20 in confluence with the daily, right? Now, not only that, but we drew a Fibonacci right here off of our low, off of this impulse right here. And you'll see that it retraced to this 50% right here. So those right there kind of gave me a little bit more confidence to this trade. Whenever I went down to the 30-minute, you'll notice that the 30-minute right here was showing this structure: low, lower high, lower low, and then right here, it was making like these little like lower highs, but they didn't hold. So it kept growing. Now it made a high, right? Because it's at the same high of this high. So this right here would be like a little double top. So I was thinking like, hey, maybe it'll fall, create a higher low, because the market moves like that, you guys. The market likes to move in like these, like it's pure higher lows, lower highs, all that shit. You know what I mean? And so if I'm expecting an uptrend, it's possible that I could hit a higher low right here and take the fuck off. You know what I mean? I wrote right here, we are at previous structure resistance area, which is very true right here. This is previous structure resistance, which is where we were at. I marked it. Where previous structure resistance area, it's possible that 30-minute can fall away from here, creating a higher low that respects our 618 fib level that breaks this resistance. So yeah, falls away, creates this higher low, respects our 618 Fibonacci. If you don't know what Fibonacci really is, it's fucking nice. I like it a lot, but sometimes it isn't very useful. I don't use it all the time, but in situations like this, I like to use it just to kind of see if it retraces to a point that I want it to. We don't necessarily need Fibonacci for a lot of retracements. It's just to kind of give you a better entry in a way, you know what I mean? Like sometimes the market will retrace to 236, take off. We don't necessarily buy that because if we do, our stops would be way down here because the market could end up coming down here, then going off. You know what I mean? I like to take my entries either 50%, 618, 78. I hardly take them at 38.20, but I need a lot of strong confirmation if it's at 38.20. Anyways, like I was expecting higher low, break the resistance, and then retest. However, unless bulls were strong enough to break it at that moment right there in the retest, that would have been perfect with the new high, you know what I mean? So let's just go to the chart, see how AUD USD played out. Start on the daily. As you can see, it already looks like it took off, you know what I mean? We were right here on the daily. So if I just go ahead and let's just go and replay that. We're at this moment in time on the daily. Went to the 4-hour, right? Yeah, this is exactly where we were at, right? The 4-hour and everything, okay? So right here, this is where we were. Let me see. Entry. Where was my entry at? My entry. Let's see. Yeah, fudge. Okay. 0.76940. 0.76940. No, that was the second entry, I think. I can't find it. Anyways, so this is where we were, right? Made this little double bottom, whatever. We went to the 30-minute. This is where it was exactly, okay? Right here was where we were, right? This is what we wanted to see. How did I have my fibs drawn? We want to go back to our Telegram. I had them drawn from these bodies right here, the lowest body. I like to draw them from bodies, sometimes wicks, you know what I mean? It just depends. So I drew them right here like that. Beautiful. And let's just see how this played out. It ended up just saying, fuck it, 236, like I said. Now, I didn't take that entry. I waited. It took off and it made a new high. You see that? It made that new high. Started respecting all of this right here. And it just kept taking off, right? So I was like, fuck, well, I want a little pullback. I want a pullback. And here's my pullback right here. So this is where I drew my fib up. I drew my fib up from here to here. And I wanted to see it pull back really nicely. There was my pullback, but it didn't close over the 38. But this right here, it was retesting my previous structure, you know? And then that's whenever it closed over my 38 right here. You'll see that. So it broke my structure, right? It broke my previous lower high and it made a new high, made a higher high right here. So I need price to create a higher low and take off for a new higher high in confluence with the 4-hour and daily, because in my bias, I think it's going long. If you don't know what long means, it means bullish buys, you know what I mean? Uptrend. Shorts, short sells, bearish, downtrend. You know what I mean? Vocabulary for y'all. So yeah, right here was respecting. I wanted to see these EMAs cross. As soon as these EMAs crossed, because if I noticed on my 4-hour, my 4-hour had already crossed, and now they're bouncing and they're holding. And in my daily, they're in confluence. You see that shit? So I wanted my 30-minute to cross. Okay. So as soon as my 30-minute crossed in confluence with these fuckers, it melted a little bit more. But I waited. I honestly didn't even see this. I just set an alert for my moving averages to cross, so that way I can go and do what I needed to do throughout the day. So right here, you'll see that they crossed right here, right? And you'll see that it's kind of a little inverted head and shoulders in a way. Boom, gone. You know what I mean? As soon as they crossed, check the 4 hour. The 4 hour didn't necessarily hold. Right here, I think I stood patient because since the 4 hour fell out of Confluence, I knew that it was doing it, but I like to wait, bro. Like I swear, like I get these nice entries whenever I wait. Bless you. I get these nice entries whenever I wait. But let's see. Yeah, see, it takes off. Boom, gone. Now, what I would have done right here personally is I like this. This is my strategy, you guys. I'm not even joking. As soon as the 30-minute crosses in Confluence with the 4 hour daily and all that shit, this is secret sauce right here. I like to go down to, I like to wait because the 30-minute will cross. The reason why it crosses is because it ends up breaking like 5-minute structures and shit, right? And after the break of structures, it likes to pull back to confirm structure, right? So whenever I get this 30-minute bounce, I'll go down to my 5-minute and I look at that cross. I'm like, oh shit, there's a cross. But I'll also draw like a little fib too, you know what I mean? I'll draw a fib on this play. Boom. I'll draw a fib and let's just see. Boom. Right here. And this is where I'd buy. You know what I mean? As soon as those moving averages cross, it closed below 382. It's fucking smashed those right there. Long position. Boom. About 19, 20 pips at a 1-to-1. We definitely smashed that. Let me shoot for a 1-to-2. Look at. Let's see how this market played out. Did it play out in our favor? You know what I mean? Did we correctly have a correct bias on this market? You know what I mean? Let's see. Now, a little tip for y'all. It already hit a 1-to-1 right here. At a 1-to-1, I move my stops to break even. So this trade for me is no longer risked on the table. I like to move it risk free. So my stops are above my entry. So that way, if for whatever reason it wants to be on some bullshit and wants to come all the way back, stop me out and push lower, then I'll look for a better entry. You know what I mean? But for now, watch, where's the 4 hour at? I entered on the 4 hour cross because as soon as the 4 hour fell into Confluence with everything, that was whenever I was in it. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, it was this candle right here. Now, no lie, I had a big stop because my position was based off of the 4 hour. But what I just showed you guys was how I would have possibly got in on a 5-minute with a way smaller stop loss. And you guys will see how it fucking took the shit off. Watch. Boom. And then I was targeting like a 1-to-1. It's okay if you target like a 1-to-1. Just because like if you're risking 1% and you gain 1%, fuck it, it's 1% gain at the end of the day. You won. You know what I mean? But I personally like to only move my stops to break even at 1-to-1 and target 1-to-2, 1-to-3s. Just because if you want to be profitable in the long term, you want to be targeting like 1-to-3 is what professional traders say. You know what I mean? And so I'm trying to throw that into my strategy as much as possible. So this one right here, this 1-to-2, I'm probably going to end up targeting a 1-to-3, and I'm more than certain it's going to end up getting hit because I kind of already know how this market played out. But that's kind of based into my strategy to know that kind of shit. You know what I mean? And so it's really nice. Let's see. I had my stops below there, targeting a 1-to-1. Let's go to the 30-minute. Let's just watch this market play out. This one right here. This one's a 1-to-1. Okay. Whatever. Little pullback. And that's where we're at now. You know what I mean? This one hit. Where the fuck is it? Also, I was lying. It didn't end up hitting like a 1-to-3, I don't think. Let's see. I don't know why it's not popping up with their shit. Be fucking scandalous. Watch. Right here, we risked 19 pips, right? And we gained about 45. 19, 45 divided by 19. Go to calculator. I'm not good at math, bro. I haven't been to school in a while. 45 divided by 19. That's about a 2.36 R&R. Okay. Now it's making its higher lows, but then it's also breaking 5-minute structures. As long as this low right here on the 30-minute holds, you know what I mean? We'll see what happens. I'm more than I think it'll hold, yo, because everything else is holding at the moment. 4-hour EMAs are holding. 12-hour EMAs are giving a bounce right after bullish engulfing. My daily are holding. My daily's kind of looking scary. A little bearish engulfing coming in. Nah, I don't know. This was a big wick, and then it just said, nah, fuck that. This wick already kind of shot up past these wicks, so it's kind of already like signifying that it kind of wants to go up. I think this is just a little minor pullback. So I might even take advantage of this right here too, you guys, because if I drew a fib right here, let's see. Boom, 78.60. So yeah, honestly, I might end up taking a position right here on this. I will probably wait, give it a little bit more confirmation. Probably wait, give it a little bit more time, but we'll just see how that goes. Anyways, so far so good is playing out in our favor. I already took like a little bit of pips on this. I made a little bit of pips on this for sure. I'm not sure if I sent that in the chat. I don't know if I sent that in the chat. Anyways, let's go to AUD CAD. AUD CAD, I was thinking it was gonna buy. This shit ended up fucking melting, dude. This shit fucking melted. I'm not even joking. Like, none of this shit even matters, to be honest. I was like, buys, buys, buys. I was like, this shit's. I had a lot of buying confirmation, but watch. If we go to AUD CAD real quick, I don't want to make this video too long either, you guys. See, that shit fucking melted, dude. I was like, la vergas, you know what I mean? But let's see where we went wrong, you know? Right here, we seen the inverted head and shoulders like I called out on there. Now, I think I took a scalp on AUD CAD, a little scalp buy. Let me see. AUD CAD, AUD CAD, AUD CAD. Yeah, I did. I took a buy and I took a 1% loss. It was just unfortunate. The markets weren't in my favor on AUD CAD, you know? Now, what happened here, right? So if we noticed right here, I guess we can't go look back at it, right? I guess it really does matter. So I seen it bouncing and the blue was holding over red and it was bouncing off of my 618. It was also support, broken, resistance, resistance, broken, and retested as support. And it just looked like the cleanest setup to me. Honestly, this looked like a fucking perfect setup, bro. I was like, this is about to fucking eat. Honestly, I'm not even joking. Like, this shit looked so good. Look at the 4-hour structure was holding higher lows, higher low, higher high, higher low, bouncing off that 618. Bias was also holding over the 0. You know what I mean? I was like, dog, I'm about to fucking go crazy. And fucking this one right here too on the 30-minute structure low. Then it made this lower high. It was gonna make a lower, like a higher low, break, retest, gone. You know what I mean? So if we look at that on the daily right here, it was right here on the daily. It was right here actually, yeah. So if we draw our fibs from where it was, boom, boom, it was bouncing off of our 618. Now, it did go up a little bit. Did go up a little bit. And it made a lower high. See, we on the 4-hour, if we would have like if we could have like ended up drawing a fib from here to here, catching that 618 rejection, we would have ate dirty. You know what I mean? But like, it is what it is. We can't do nothing about that kind of shit. But right here, that's where I bought. I bought in like over here. I waited on the 30-minute. I waited for the cross right here because whenever it crossed, it like crossed in confluence with the daily. I didn't want to wait for the 4 hour, and that's where I probably fucked up. I should have waited for the 4 hour, you guys. Like whenever the 4 hour is out of confluence with the daily 12 hour, and you know what I mean, and the 30-minute ends up crossing. I don't. It's in my rules that I don't take that trade just because of this bullshit. The 4 hour won't confirm. It'll end up making a lower high. It won't make that higher high, and it'll fuck me. You know what I mean? And that's just something that I want to stay away from. And that's why I wait for that 4 hour confirmation. And that's why I waited on that AUD USD that we just seen. I waited for the 4 hour confirmation right there. You know what I mean? And so, yes, that's where I got fucked. I didn't wait for that. That was my mistake. You seen that it made a lower high. Um, yeah, it broke structures. Yes. On the 30-minute, it did this number two. Like it made this lower high. I apologize again for my loud ass puppies. Made this lower high, lower low, and then it broke structure, made this higher high right here. Okay. So I was like, oh fuck yeah, this is gonna be nice. So I drew my fibs, body to body. And then right here, as soon as I seen this right here, this 30-minute candle, 30-minute bullish engulfing right here that closed over the 618. I bought that bitch. I had my stops right here, and it took off in my favor a little bit. I was like, fuck yeah. Then this candle melted, and I was like, oh no. And then shut up. Hey, hey, chill out. I'm doing video. And then it ended up just breaking it, bro. Totally annihilated me, dude. If I would have ended up drawing a 30-minute fib off of this right here too, up down to the 5-minute right here. Watch. 5-minute. Even the 1 minute maybe. I think the 5-minute was that whole candle just straight fucking gone, you know? Right here. Gone. Yeah. See, like it was just right there. Hold it. Fucking ended up selling right here. Maybe putting a tight little 11 pip stop, targeting 1 or 2. Man, you know, we're in profit right there. See, 1 to 1. Yeah, our stops are at break even. So if for whatever reason it wants to shoot up towards our entry, it stop us out at break even. We won't lose this position. We're trading risk free right now. This is stress free trading, is what we call it. And let's see if it hits our TP. I think TP got hit. Oh, missed by a few pips. It's right there though. Yeah, yeah. And it got hit. Fucking smacked. So yeah, you guys, honestly, that's what happened with AUD CAD. Unfortunate situation. Patience is a virtue. Stay patient, really, really patient. You know what I mean? I seen that bullish engulfing. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Nothing you can really do about that kind of shit. Like it happens, dude. It really happens. Like you may see the most fire setup, no lie. Like it might be the most like spectacular setup ever. You're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna risk my whole account. Don't do it. Cause shit like this will happen. I swear. Anyways, let's move on. GU. I like GU. GU I made some pips on. Fuck yeah, it was nice. So anyways, GU ended up making this double bottom on the daily, but this second bottom was a higher low. It was nice. And then it ended up breaking this previous trend line that was making this lower highs, lower low, lower high. Boom, broke. So after that break, let's break and retest, right? Boom, break, retest right there. So right here, you'll see that my bias was also sitting over the zero value too. Candles pulled back to the EMAs, blue is holding over red. I drew my fibs right here. They were retesting at a not only like a strong what was once resistance was also support broke resistance support, you know what I mean? But it was also testing my 5618 fib levels. This is what we call the golden area, the golden zone. Okay. I had a strong upside bias on this. I was like, oh, this shit is busting, bro. This shit is gonna bust. And so I went down to my 4-hour. You'll see right here on the 4-hour is holding this bullish structure, right? It made this low, higher high, and now it's making this higher low right here. 4-hour is creating a higher low after break of structure, respecting our 50% fib level and trend line as supports. When these EMAs cross, this will get nasty. I'm not joking. It'll get fucking disgusting. My bias was holding over the 0. I was like, it's going to look good. It's looking real, real good. Right here on my 30-minute, the 30-minute was currently sitting at a high. You know what I mean? Currently sitting at a high, not a higher high, though. We need this previous structure here to get broken with the new high. You'll see that these candles close lower than these candles. So this is considered a lower high, okay? The EMAs are looking nice, though, on the 30-minute. Blue was sitting over red. Perfect. I like that a lot. Let me see. 1 second. And then right here, the 30-minute created this higher low. So I wanted it to get smashed, okay? Let's go and see what happened. Right here on the daily, we were right here on the candles. Let's go back to GU. GU daily. Replay. We were right about here, right? Pretty sure it was the next candle. So right here, I told you that after the 4-hour EMA is crossed, it would get nasty. I waited for them to cross, dude. They crossed right here, and I had bought, and I put my stops down right here. Then they crossed out of Confluence, but I was like, all right, you know what? Let's just hold it. Let's just hold it. As long as it don't smack that, because right here on the 30-minute, I noticed that it was making this like shoulder, head, shoulder. But within the second shoulder, it was creating a double bottom. And I was like, oh, fuck. This could get fucking gross. You know what I mean? And so I apologize. My lady's playing with the boys. She's having fun. We just got them last week. They're precious babies. We got a little basset hound and a little corgi. They're sweet boys. They're 9 weeks this week. So they're baby boys. They need a lot of attention and love and everything. So anyways, so right here you'll see that this 30-minute 4-hour, I waited again for the 4-hour. Boom. 4-hour, and then the 30-minute crossed. So this 30-minute crossed too right here. I had a Fibonacci drawn from this area right here because this was my previous structure on the 30-minute. It made this lower high, higher low, and broke, right? Right here, I drew this. Now, my buddy Nick, he bought right here. Beautiful buy. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I liked his buy. He put his stops really tight right here, and I like that. I'm not against that at all. I like tight stops because it gives you the best reward. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, he got liquidity grabbed, fucking just straight grabbed, and then it went up against him. Nothing you could do about those situations, you guys. It happens in the markets, and that's why you need to use a disciplined risk management. Because if you don't, then you end up just fucking yourself in the end. You know what I mean? You really do, no joke. So use tight risk management, 1 to 3%. I use personally a 1%. 1% is my risk. So yeah, you'll right here. I waited patiently, and like, when did I get in? Let me see. On GU, I got in. I don't even know where I got in. I don't know where I got in, to be honest, you guys. But right here, the 30-minute cross, I waited for a bounce. Oh, that's right. This was where it was at. I waited for that bounce, okay? As soon as the 30-minute crossed, I waited for that bounce on the 5-minute. Boom. I waited for the 5-minute to come in, and I waited for the 5-minute to cross. Yes, ma'am. Here you go. Right here, as soon as that 5-minute crossed, I checked the 30-minute. 30-minute was crossed. 4-hour was crossed. 12 hours crossed. Daily, everything looked fucking cherry. And I was like, let's go. Game on. Put my stops right below this wick right here. About 28 pips. And let's just see what happened. At a 1-to-1, we'll put stops to break even. About halfway, about like right here. Let's see. Boom, stops to break even. And it kept going, you guys. It fucking smashed our TP, and I was like, gang. You know what I mean? That shit was dope. And so I was a nice 1-2 right there. Beautiful trade at the moment. Now it started pulling back. Let's see where it's at currently. Yeah, I'm currently waiting for more of a stronger pullback. It started pulling back a little bit, but at the moment, I want to like a stronger pullback, because since it just made this big 30-minute push, I want to draw a fib from right here, boom, up to here, and I want to see it break down below here, possibly retest these previous structure points right here, boom, 50% retest right here, gone. I'll go again. You know what I mean? But those were the 3 setups that I was looking at this week. Oh, look at NZD CAD. I was also looking at NZD CAD. NZD CAD and AUD CAD, they correlate with each other. Honestly, AUD CAD is a better pair than NZD CAD, okay? As like NZD CAD follows AUD CAD though. So like my whole bias on NZD CAD was biased too. No joke. It was biased. Everything was biased, okay? Now, my bias switched as soon as I seen, because AUD CAD kind of plays out before NZD CAD. And as soon as I seen AUD CAD kind of melting, I was like, oh, fuck no. I was like, fuck that shit, bro. I'm not going to fucking lose out on that. And so I ended up entering this 30-minute position right here where my EMAs crossed. You'll see right here, the EMAs started to cross right here in this area. On the 4 hour, you'll notice that the 4 hours we're holding, the 12 hours we're holding, the 12 hours just crossed actually. Yeah, the 12 hours just crossed. And the dailies looks like they're gonna cross. So I was looking at the daily, you know what I mean? And right here, you'll see that the 3-day is holding red over blue. And the weekly, unfortunately, is holding red over blue. So really long term, this daily was having like a little minor pullback. And as soon as this daily crosses, it's going to get fucking disgusting. And so I'm holding my 30-minute position long term because my 12-hour already crossed. My 4 hour is in Confluence, my 30-minute too. I just need this daily to fall into Confluence with all these other time frames. And as soon as it does, bro, I think it's gone, dude. Like, I think it's gone, bro. Like, this shit is melting, bro. This is how I use my EMAs, you guys. If you guys, like, got some nuggets from this video, like, make sure you drop a like on this video, you know what I mean? Like, EMAs are my thing, you know what I mean? Um, if you guys need more, like, help kind of understanding market structure, um, my indicators, how I analyze the market, what I'm looking at, hit me up, you guys. I do one-on-ones. I do charge for them though. My time and knowledge is not free, you guys. I created this free chat so you guys can take advantage of. I mean, I'm gonna throw out nuggets here and there, take notes, you know what I mean? Do what you can with the information I supply, you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna give you every golden nugget in the book. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna give you everything that I personally like, you know what I mean, in my trading plan and everything. I already gave you my R2Rs. I already told you guys that too. I pretty much gave you my strategy in this video. You guys seen it. You guys see how I take advantage of this market. A lot of you guys who already know how to trade are gonna look at this and be like, damn, Nate, all right, for sure. Like, damn, for sure. I see you. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, yeah, you guys. It's really if you guys made it to the end, then thank you guys so much for watching. It shows that you guys care about this, and take the next step. If you guys need more help, hit me up. If you guys, you know what I mean, like if you guys are already taking a course from someone, stick to that shit, you know what I mean, and learn from it. One thing that I ended up getting better from was that as soon as I ended up like knowing what to research, like, so like for example fibs, EMAs, and like things of that nature, once I knew what to research, I just started researching them. And whenever I researched them, I learned more about them, and it allowed me to, hey, calm down, babies, come here, you brats. It allowed me to end up putting together a profitable strategy that, you know what I mean, works to this day. It's pretty nice. This trade is fucking busting, you know what I mean? Oh, dude, I caught my best position on I want to show you guys this one really quick. This was probably my best trade to date. Okay. Well, no, I caught a nice one on GBP CAD before, but right here, you guys, this shit was crazy. It was nice. So right here, my 4 hour. Yes, ma'am. Sorry, you guys. Right here on my 4 hour, you'll see that blue is holding over red. My 12 hour, blue is holding over red. My daily, blue is over red. 3 day, red was over blue, right? But long term, these ones, they're all in confluence with each other. So I was like, all right, let me take a little scalp on this. You know what I mean? A scalp isn't going to hurt because it's in confluence with the daily. So right here, you'll see that this 30-minute ended up crossing, right? This 30-minute crossed in confluence with these 3 time frames right here. And I was like, all right, sweet. I drew a fib right here to see if the 5-minute would respect it and hold. I drew it from right here to right here, right? So right here, I came in and was right in this area. I had bought in first right here on this bullish engulfing that respected my 50% fib level. And I ended up getting stopped out, but I was like, fuck, man. So I was like, if it holds either my 618 or my 786, I'll give it one more shot. It held perfectly on my 786. You see that wick bullish engulfing? I was like, oh shit. I wanted to buy on that one, but I was like, wait. Let's see if it gives us another bullish engulfing or another bullish candlestick pattern. Right here, it gave us this bullish hammer. Boom, bullish hammer. And I was like, all right, let's buy this bitch. So right here, I ended up taking a long position. My entry was actually at 15552. Put that 52, enter, and then my stops. I had a 3-pip stop loss, you guys. No fucking joke. I had a 3-pip stop, and right here, I ended up targeting a 1 to 10. I took my profits. I said, I'm good, bro. I smacked on 30 pips. I said, I ate that shit, bro. And it was such a beautiful position. I have it right here. It was so nice. I fucking made 2 G's off of that position. Now it's on my FTMO challenge, okay? If you guys don't know, I'm doing the FTMO challenge. I'll update y'all with how it goes as soon as I complete it, okay? It's a rocky road. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's kind of like it's a challenge for sure. It really is a challenge, but not only that, it really hits you with discipline and like you're like, fuck, bro, like, you know what I mean? You really got to discipline yourself. And so this was a beautiful position to catch on FTMO. I fucked with it. And unfortunately it didn't continue up right there. So I was like, as soon as I seen like right here, as soon as I seen like this lower high creating, I kind of took my profits around there. It was around like that 1 to 10 area. It was around there. That's why I got 1,991, close to 2 G's. It was right there. Anyways, it came back down and it respected once more. So right here, we could have bought again. Bounced. Respected around here. Bullish engulfing. Bullish engulfing. You know what I mean? Man, I would probably bought right here. And I would put my stops right below this candle. And I would have came close to getting stopped out. I probably would have even put it right there and probably got stopped out. And I would have been like, fuck. And then I would have seen this and I would have been like, oh, you bitch. You're such a bitch. You know what I mean? Because these markets are bitches. I'm not even joking. And I would have put my stops right here. About like a 6-pip stop. And look at how that shit bust. Busted. It busted, bro. Another 1 to 10 right there. That's how I take advantage of the 5-minute. Right now, it's giving me like a 1-minute snipe, possibly. It's very possible. If these if this 1-minute EMAs cross, I'll probably end up taking a buy position, a little snipe. Probably buy that bitch. Put stops right below here. You know what I mean? Probably even put them right below here. Little tight ass stop loss. You know what I mean? And so Yeah, you guys, that's how I utilize them. I just wait for EMA crosses and Confluence with the higher time frames crosses and shit. Don't steal my strategy. I'll sue you. Just kidding. Anyways, yeah, you guys, if you like this video, make sure you drop a like on this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel, Telegram and YouTube. And yeah, you guys, comment if you guys have any questions. Hit me up in the DMs on Telegram or DM me on Instagram. You know what I mean? I'll have that all in the description down below on this video. Yeah, you guys, get connected. We'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, later.